I'm going to make a padded peacock, but it's a Christmas tree decoration. Now, I can make it all Christmassy, but I just want mine fancy. So what I've done is I've taken some, I got it off the internet, just found that, wrote down what I wanted to do with it, cut it out, cut the shapes out of the card as well. I'm going to double back this, well, I'm going to back it, but I'm going to pad it as well, so that one of these needs padding and one of those needs padding. So I'm just going to put the other ones to one side. So first of all, I'm going to make sure, obviously, that this fits on my wadding like that, and I'm going to glue it down and then cut it. Like that. And then I need my other piece underneath, which will fit there. And I've got loads of things. I'm going to clear my desk in a minute so you can actually see what I'm doing. I just needed to make sure I go through the bits with you. So while that's drying, I've got lots of bling chains. These I thought ideal, which would, I can put one in there like that and then do some trimmings here, like diamante blings. I got that one, I don't need that one out. I've got some feathers and I've got some trim. I don't know what I'm going to do at the moment, so I'm just going to put all of the trims to one side and let's get going with the wadding section. And I'm just going to move that. I do have some bits at the side of me just in case I want to change my mind. I do have some more darker ribbons as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that or not. Just move all the bling up there, and in fact those, and I've got a tray at the side of me, a little lid with all the green bits in that I've got. Now I have to use what I've got, so if I run out of anything it's hard luck, but I do have quite a bit of bling and trim things to use up, so that's what I'm going to do. And let's see how we get on. So moving all of that to one side, and I do have some of these as well, because when I've done the feather section, these are the leaves. What I'm going to do is to strip the leaf off to be able to do the feather section. I'll show you what I mean by that. So that's, I can cut that down, but it's got that shape so that when I do the leaf here, you see these two bits, let me put these two bits together, remove that. When them two bits are together like that, and that sits on top, I can do the feathers coming out here and then decorate these and then cut them down, obviously by using something like that, or I can decorate them up using other bits and pieces that I've got here, like trimmings and whatnot. So I could do that and then put some bling around that, but we'll see. At the moment I just need to get the feathers out, and I'm using the green mossy ones, and they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful feathers. Okay, so like I say, that's going to be the backing of the one I'm already doing. So I'm now just going to cut this one. Now I didn't realise until I've just realised that I've actually put the wadding on the wrong side, but we can have it a left hand side bird, and then I can make one to match. But you can make these in different colours and add them to your tree. Don't waste your oddments, because all those sort of things can be used, you know, for filler. You shred it and use it as a filler. We don't waste anything. So this is my bird. Now we do have to be careful because that's that one, so it's going to face that way. I was going to have it the other way, but it doesn't matter. And I do need to get some fabric to cover this. And somewhere I have some green stretch fabric. It's lush. It's crushed velvet. You've seen it. You've bought it. Now, if you want to buy anything that I have left in... I don't have the shops anymore. They're shut down. But go to Vinted. And it's vinted.co.uk. Look up jennings644 seller. And everything I've got for sale. It's all on amazing prices. Even cheaper than before, than what I was selling it for. Because it's dead stock. And I want to get rid of it so that I can carry on crafting. You only need a small piece, so I'm going to turn that upside down. We need a piece here, so I'm just going to cut that. We'll cover the wing first. You just pop that on there, push it down, and just do an inch or two at a time. I'm just folding that over because you're going to have to stretch it into place, and then we'll chop it all off. We just got to get it so that it's more or less flat. Now, I now need to put a little bit of glue in there and pull that over the best I can. Like that, and flatten that down. Same with this end. Just squeeze that together and press that down like that. And that's it, look. Isn't that gorgeous? A little bit there. A little bit of glue on that and press that into place. Okay, so we can get rid of that. Now the other one's going to be a little bit more awkward to do, but you look, it's gorgeous. I'm just going to get a little bit of a card to put on there so you can actually see what I'm doing. Just a little bit easier for you. So that's that one done. That looks great. I'm fine with that. Now we're just going to cover this one. So first of all, I'm going to pop that on, and the first thing I'm going to cover is the head. So I'm going to fold that in that way and then pull that in that way. And then just chop this bit off, just so you can see what you're working with. You're going to chop that bit off there. You just need to cut it down a little bit, that's all. And now we're going to work this bit in under the chin. So I'm just going to pull that back a little bit. Get that in there. And then push that in. Yeah, that's pulled that in. Nice. Now the bit I'm not worried about, but bothered about, is this bit. You just pull that back like that. And then we can stretch this back over. We haven't done this bit first yet. Let's get that on there. Now I can start and chop it and cut it all back. Just leave a little bit of a gap between this and the edge of that, so that you've got enough to stretch over into place. You're not going to see that because it's going to have some feather on it, so it doesn't matter. Just clamp that into place with your thumb and finger. Yeah, and there you go. So my peacock's going to be like that, and that sits on there like that. Now, can I get rid of this bit here? Yes. So there's a little gap there, and that's what's going to shape the head a little bit. Like that. That's it. So that now sits on there like that. And then we're going to have all the plumes this way. So I'm going to glue that into place. So let's get that there. My bird I want like that. So I want that 3D effect. So leave that. Don't worry about the back because we're going to cover that. And these card bits will cover it like that. And you can cut them down to shape, which I'm going to do right now. And that should sit on there. Yeah, that's fine. But we need to put the feathers on that first, so I can't put that on. Okay, so I've got that. It's yeah, I like that. Now we need to find something for the eye, but a glitter. Yeah, you know, like a diamante. So I've got this little bead I found. It's the only green one I had. See? So I'm now going to I need to use my, where's my glue? I can go back and re-glue it. Just for now. I'm just sharing with you. Oh yeah, that's fine. But we want like a little plumage here. So what I found with these, my little flowers. See how you want a little plumage there? So now they're going to be put onto wire, and I do have somewhere some green. Well, here's an idea. This is green. Taking those off. Let's have a look. So what I'm going to do with this is to stick on a very, very small bead. Okay, so I'm going to use the wire from the leaf, pop that into the middle and pull that. Now, I need my pliers. So that has to be in the middle. Squash that in. That has to be right the way in the middle. And I'm going to twist that. Pop that, straighten it up and pop it down the middle of one of those. Hopefully it'll, yes, it's fit. See, like that. What I'm going to do is drop a little bit of glue right in the base of that. Pull that pearl down and then just take that off. So I need to make 3 of those. See how you can do this? It's dead easy, you know. Now these have to be cut and put into place. So I'm going to have one there. Yeah. So I'm going to glue it first. I'm going to glue that into place first. Right, like that. Get my little finger dobber. That spreads that out and glues it in. And then I can cut the wires when I'm ready. A little bit more glue on that. Use my finger dobber. You don't want them all the same size. You want the middle one slightly higher. We can bend them and whatever we need to do. I'm just going to get a little bit more glue on there. Let's do that. And then I can use my little clippers. I bought myself some nice new clippers, if they work. Yep, they work. And whatever mess I make, the cleaner will do it. Find it and pick it up. No, I don't have a cleaner. That is me. I'm the cleaner. That's it. There we go. Now, let's just... That needs to move up slightly. And that one's not quite in place. It needs moving. Like that. That's better. A little bit more glue on there. There we go. Yeah, I like it. And then I can glitter them up at the top, you know, because I don't want them plain. Just put my finger dobber back on my new tweezers, or pliers should I say. Right, yeah, I like that. That looks quite nice. So now what I'm going to do is put the feathers on. We've got to make sure when we do them, these are in the right place, because sometimes they bend. You see, like that. These do look fantastic on your trees, I have to say. Now I'm going to put those three on first before I choose to put any more on. Okay, and then we need to pop that back on there, like that, and let that dry a minute, because I'm going to add more. I could leave it like that. That's a nice one, isn't it? Peacock one, but I'm going to bring it up a little bit by using a couple more. And I may need to just trim these. I want them to thicken them out. They're too thin for me. So I'm just going to snip that a little bit. Don't waste them. They make good butterflies. Right. I'm just thickening it out a little bit. So we're going to put one in here. Like that. Take off that little bit. Beautiful. They're super soft, these are. Super, super soft. One there. I've got some for sale in bulk at the moment on Vinted. Look for jennings644. There's 120 cream ones for a couple of quid. They're not much, I know that. So get them while you can, and this is what they are. Oops, Nelly did it wrong way. This is what they are, these marabou feathers. So we've, oops, clean that. Hang on, so that's it. Yeah, I like that. So I just get that little dauber and fasten them on like that. Oh, just beautiful. We haven't decorated it yet. So I'm going to use one of these. Now it's got to go that way and then we decorate outwards. So I'm going to just pop some glue around the edge like that. Oops, a daisy. Now I'm going to have to lift that up and pop that in there because I want to glue it on there as well to make it. Don't forget, we're going to put a backing on it so it will hold. That's it, perfect. Now I might not use them actually. I just want to use these, that's all. I'm going to put 3 on. Yeah. So I'm going to put 1 there. I know these should go here, but they're too heavy for that. So I'm just going to use the 3 I've got here. Just hang on. I can thicken them out at the back with the card. Just need to hold them up like that. Oh yes, like that. That's perfect. That's fine. I'm quite happy with that. That will dry. Now we need some bling. Let's have a look. I've got some of these. They're not very light coloured, and I've sent for some more so I can do bits of more different bits and pieces. These I'm talking about. 2, 3. I have to use what I've got, you see. 4, 5, 6. So what I'm going to do is just to bring these out a little bit, we're going to put that there. That's a little bit stuck, that bottom one. That's it. Got that off. Let's brush them down like that. That's it. That's fine. I'm happy with that. And then I have some, and I need 6. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me just find the others. You just need a dot of glue on there. Like that. A dot of glue. I mean, I don't have anything else to use, so like I said, I'm having to use what I've got, but at least it's getting used and not sat there wasting, which is what a lot of things we have happens to them. You know, we've got all this stuff we collect and then nobody ever uses it. Well, that's a little bit different, isn't it? Oh, that's gorgeous. Absolutely. Now, I've got some of this diamante chain, which I love. No, maybe not. No, I'm going to use this one because I want my peacock to have elegance. And I'm going to do it diagonally. That's it. It needs to go as far as to the back as it can. We never throw these bits off that we throw them away, sorry. You always keep them because you never know when you need a filler. And I'm just going to fill that in there. Might need to cut one off. In fact, I will do. I just bought these because they're really pointed. They're actually jewellery ones, so look for them. You know, for nail people. That's it. And they come with a little cap because they're very sharp. Which is a blessing, really. Right, okay. Let's just get rid of this loose strands. That's it. Oh, yes. Oh, I like that. Now, like I said, I'm not sure, but I've got some of these. And they're tiny little matching blings. See those? And I was thinking, I could dip them in glitter, which I can still do anyway. Can I? Yeah. I've got silver. I've got white, gold, and no silver. Well, that's a bum, isn't it? What's this one? No. Okie dokie. I don't have what I need. But never mind. Never mind. If I get rid of this glue. I don't know where my glue's gone. I've had it. Where's it gone now? Oh, I've got some of that I can put on, I think. Didn't I keep some of that? Don't know what I've done with it. But never mind. I've got some somewhere. But I want to put a little diamante on the front of here. So I'm going to very carefully I'll do the middle one first. A little dab of glue. Take my tweezers. Turn that over and stick that on. Do the same with this one again. Little dab of glue. Turn that bead over. Get hold of my tweezers. Come on before it dries, mate. Oh, this is going to pain in the backside, isn't it? I'll glue them on with the glossy accents when I find it. I do have some somewhere. Because I want to do it properly. I'll pull that off in a bit. Let's have a look. That's it, done it. See? That looks pretty, doesn't it? Now I just want to get rid of all this excess glue. Do you know what? I'm going to take that green eye off and put a diamante eye in it. Because I think it'll look better. So I now need one of... shall we have a pearl eye? Might have a pearl eye actually. Just going to take one of these. Because you want to be able to see it, but I don't want it to take away the look of that, so you don't want too much. Although I could bling it up. Oops. There we go. Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, like that. And I could put a pearl in there, a diamante one. But I'm going to leave it like that. I'm only giving you ideas. You can take this and run along with it and do what you like. I'm going to put the lid on that because I don't want to lose any more. I was going to use those, but I've changed my mind. And the other thing is you want to be able to hang it, won't you? So let's have a look. So I'm going to take these little pliers again, just for now. Oh. And snip all these. See that little bit there? That I can see. That's it. And on the other side there's a little bit sticking out there. That's it. Like that. Okie dokie. That's that sorted. See, it hasn't taken long. And all I've got to do now is to put the back section on. So I'm just gluing that section, turning that over and making sure that fits there. Anything needs trimming, I can do that, which I'm going to do just on the nose section here. That's it. Because it's going to be on the tree, you can put anything on the back of yours. I'm just helping mine to be firm. That's nothing less, nothing more. Just so it's firm. That's it. And I might just put a strip across here, to be honest. So I've got my little bit of card. Yeah, I'm just going to put a piece on. Now, next time I make them, I will get it. I will see that what, you know, I know what it needs to make it firm. I'm going to do that. In fact, I could probably cut it out in one piece, but because you're covering it with the material, it's a little bit more difficult to do that. That's it. That'll go on there. Now, yes, you're going to say, so how are you going to hang it, Fee? Well, I'm going to take this bit off. Where will I need to hang it? Where's the balance? See, it's bottom heavy, so you're going to have to hang it like that. So I'm just going to get some green ribbon, which I've got here. Really should have put it under there, but never mind. Remember, it's bottom heavy, so it's got to go here. I can actually put a little bit of a extra card on there. Just leave it like that. Where's the card? Here we are. So that just wants to go on there. And remember, this is bottom heavy, so it's had to hang like that. That's it. Now it hangs straight, you see. So it's bottom heavy. But that's going to look fab on my tree. And you can make them in any colour you want. So I hope that's helpful. I've had fun doing mine. And there's lots of things we're going to come and do. Because it is getting to Christmas. But it depends what colour tree you like. Doesn't it? I absolutely love this. I'm a bit iffy about this section there. Pulling it out there. That's it. There we go. That's it. That'll do. So there you go. My Christmas tree. Peacock.